Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching. Today we're talking about the season finale of the Hashira training arc, episode 8, season number 4. And we got 40 minutes, which was kind of nice. We got an extra long episode. They could have given us this in 2 episodes. They chose to give it us in 1. And that's pretty cool. I feel like they could have extended the season 1 more episode. Would have been nice. But it is what it is. So we start off where we left off with Muzan walking in menacingly. You get all this work. You know, we have the head of the Ubuyashiki. Am I saying that right, family? Head of Demon Slayer Corps. We'll go with that. His wife is hanging out there with him as well. You know, he's looking bad. Even Muzan says he's looking terrible as well. You know, he got told he had a couple of days to live. That was 6 months ago when this family curse, which we learn about in this episode, took over. So essentially what happens is because his family is somehow related to Muzan's family distantly now, because it's been over 1,000 years since Muzan was born, everyone in his family doesn't really live past the age of 30. They all get these kind of curses. Everybody died super young, so that's why a lot of people in his family started marrying priests, and that is also why they are determined to kill Muzan, because basically they need to atone. They created this monster. It's their responsibility to take this monster out, and that is why they are cursed. So, you know, maybe Muzan died, maybe the curse would go away, but we will get into that momentarily. So we're just kind of talking about it, saying that he looks really bad. You know, this is him saying, "I'm going to kill you," basically saying he is going to kill him. And his wife there, I assume, as well. Basically, he said, you know, I have nothing to atone for. It's been over 1,000 years. Nothing's happened to me, really. Who cares? That's essentially what he's saying. Also, he has 2 of his daughters. I did look this up. There's 4 daughters and 1 son. So 3 of his children are not there with him. So that is what we do know here. 3 of his children are not there with him. And they're singing. They don't actually give me closed captions, you know, English subtitles, rather, for the song. He said it's some sort of sentimental or reminds him of the past. So maybe it's a song he's heard in the past and doesn't like it. He basically says, you seem quite confident in finding Nezuko. But you're not going to find her. And he was like, even if I kill you and this night doesn't go the way I want it to, who cares? I live forever. You know, I'm going to defeat you. I'm going to kill you right here and now. And if I got to find her later, I got to find her later. Big whoop-de-doo. You know, he's essentially thinking of himself as an immortal being. So he really doesn't care. And then he said that, you know, you consider us, you know, less than people, or, you know, insignificant, if you will, but we're not, because we've been here the entire time too. So you are the reason the Demon Slayer Corps got created, and for the past 1,000 years, there's always been new members. You know, countless children have died in the process, countless people have died in the process. He calls everyone children. We even see him interacting with the Stone Hashira, was a Guillaume. We'll get to that when we actually find the image here. But he calls everybody his children. So thousands of people have died. You know, he mourns them all the time, lights candles for them. He said they're always watching you. He's like, he himself is not that important, but they are. The Hashiras, who are especially fond of me, you know, you kill me, then you are going to essentially face their wrath. You're going to make them even angrier, even more determined to hunt you down and kill you, is essentially what he's saying. So the Ubuyashiki, you know, the crows are like, hey, danger, 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 because apparently none of the heads of the clan, the Demon Slayer Corps, have ever requested a guard. It's just something they say that the Hashira are too important, and they do not want to sacrifice the Hashira to guard them when they can be out saving people as well. And I think that's a big part of it, is, you know, you're wasting, essentially they view it as they're wasting one of their best people to guard them. That's how they view it, I'm assuming, here. So we have all the Hashira running as well. You know, every single one of them say master. You get to see every single Hashira. And then, boom goes the dynamite. Yeah, that was not expected. Not only did he take himself out, he took out his wife and two of his daughters. That I don't understand why that was necessary. I mean, I can see the wife thing, like she wanted to be there with him, and in that situation. I get that. You're married somebody, it's your loved one, but why would you have to have your kids there? Like that seems like no. Like no. You protect your children. Like why are you blowing up your two children? Or that was something that was just collateral damage. I don't know if they agreed to this. I don't know the backstory with the giant explosion. And he dies, his wife dies, his two of his kids die, two of the seven. Muzan doesn't. I mean, he's definitely feeling it. He got badly damaged. All the Hashira are crazy angry. Tanjiro he was with Guillaume, Water Hashira there as well, and he was like the stench of burning blood and flesh, overwhelming. And yeah, there's Muzan slowly regenerating. I guess apparently fire makes him, regenerate a little bit slower. He can still regenerate, but healing a burn seems like it takes more time. Anyway, in the process, and Muzan actually is questioning it, like why the heck, he was like he could not sense his bloodlust at all, even at such a young age. He was very impressed with that. There was a bunch of shrapnel and tiny, he calls them caltrops, to increase the lethality. Basically, like sharp objects and explosions to increase damage. But he was like, oh, there must be another plan after this. He was like, he's kind of like a serpent, coiled darkly in his heart. But then, there we go, he's good to go. However, Tamayo, as I like to call her, Tamayo, M-A-Y-O, it's just like T-A-M-A-Y-O. She is the one that Tanjiro has been giving blood to study the upper ranks in order to attempt to cure Nezuko from being a demon. And she uses her blood art, which is thorns, to put thorns all in his body, and she puts something in his stomach. And he was like, who is this? Why are you here? And he's like, you're quite the persistent woman, aren't you? He was like, I'm not the one that killed your family, you were. So essentially what happened with that is here comes Guillaume Stone Hashira as well. But she's like, she's going to die here with you to atone for those sins. And essentially she had a kid and a husband, and she must have had some sort of illness. She wanted to watch them grow up, but apparently she was going to die. So Muzan found her at some point in time. We don't know the full backstory here, but turned her into a demon. She ate her husband and child, and then a whole bunch of people, and then, eventually, after probably several hundred years, became what she is now. That's at least my best guess. So here comes the Stone Hashira, and he has a crazy weapon. So he does have a blade, but there's also like a giant medieval flail. It's a flail, I would say. Massive, that he uses to blast off Muzan's head. He was like and then we have a little bit of backstory here with Guillaume Stone Hashira and the master of the mansion. He was actually younger than him, so we learned that at the time he joined, he was, I think he said he was 17 or 19, and then he was like 4 years younger. Mr. Meteor was hard to believe he was 4 years younger than me. Yeah, let's see here. Master was 14 and I was 18. Okay, so there you go. So, he said he knew he was there to protect others. He said he always had a way of giving people words they yearned to hear the most in that moment. We also learn that they have some sort of intuition, a little bit of psychic, possibly, ability to see into the future, possibly. He just calls it an instinct, but apparently they made all of their money predicting fortunes for people. So he says, he's telling him, use me as bait. The other children will not, accept that. So he's trusting him, the strongest Hashira, to use him as bait for this explosion. As I said, why he took out his wife and kids, I have no idea. That's going to bother me. Yeah. So, oh yeah, he says that, and then he also mentions that Muzan can regenerate really fast. He's significantly stronger than any demon he's faced before. And then he also said that the master said there's a good chance that taking off his head is not going to kill him. So it's going to be a battle of endurance, where basically you have to keep fighting him until the sunlight comes up, and that's what happened. His head regenerated. He said, Muzan is here. They're like, oh my god, that's the man, let's go after him. We have this still image that I'm using as the thumbnail where we have every single Hashira. Let's see, we got Giyu, oh god, missed Hashira, I'm forgetting his name, Muchiro, there we go, Guillaume, we have, is it Tsunami, I believe, is the Wind Hashira. Shinobu, which we got as the, I believe, Insect Hashira. We got Mitsuri over there, Love Hashira, and then we have Obanai as the Snake Hashira, and then we have Tanjiro in the mix as well, because he was in the middle of about to do his training with Guillaume until Muzan decided to show up. Then we have Genya as well shooting. Inosuke is somewhere out in the middle trying to eat some sort of fried fish type deal. And then bam, there we go. So, and then we have all these other Demon Slayer Corp members as well. And Muzan's like, you think you backed me in a corner? You did not. And boom. Here is, I believe it is called the Infinity Castle. And I believe that, next season is going to be the last season. It's going to be divided, as I mentioned, in 3 movies, to my knowledge. So that is going to be interesting to see. I don't know if there's, anything after that, or it's just like, okay, we're going to do 3 movies. Maybe there'll be a couple hours a piece or an hour and a half a piece, and then that'll be all she wrote. But Inosuke's all about it. Everybody's finding Zenitsu seems very serious. I'm assuming we're going to learn why next season. I haven't read the manga, so I don't know. But definitely he read something in the letter that was very detrimental to him, I would say, something along those lines. And we will see what happens. But yeah, everybody's kind of flying around. Everybody got separated. My guess here, we still have Tamayo, with her hand, because Muzan is absorbing her, is what he's doing. And then he said, "Do it if you can, Tanjiro Kamado." He was like, "I'm gonna kill you tonight," and he's like, "Yeah, do it if you can," and blast him super far away. And that is where we end. So, yeah. So talking about Mitsuri. What's this telling about me? And basically he said that she is very attractive, and she gets all fluttered. She's like, she's a pretty lady, all fluttered. It's very cute. And then he was like, oh, we should, if we're doing all the Hashira, we should do Rengoku as well. Apparently, Mitsuri was Rengoku's apprentice as well. She was the only one that kind of passed his training and became a Hashira. He said that, they used to eat together all the time, have a really good time. He was a good older brother as well. There you go. Umoy! All of them eating his kid brother there as well. Basically, it's a really wonderful memory. It's nice and nostalgic. And then we have his voice. Finally, the time to fight Muzan Kabuchi has come. So it's kind of nice because the voice actor gets to be, part of it too, as well here. And then it's like, yeah, they definitely heard his voice. Let's do this thing. And then that is where we're ending, with Tanjiro with his fist in the air. But really good episode. Really good episode overall. Let's give it a 9 out of 10. The only reason I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 is because I could have probably fast-forwarded through the first 2 to 3 minutes of Muzan walking. I know that was ambiance and everything, but we did get that last episode, so I would say slightly unnecessary. That would be my my only complaint. Had to finish my thought there. But great episode. Definitely worth a rewatch. Looking forward to what's going to happen. I might do an update video at some point in time, but in the meantime, My Hero Academia reviews on Saturday. So we're going to keep up with that. Finish out that season as well. Let's do a predictions. I think what's going to happen is we have 4 upper moons right now. So we know, we have 1, 2, and 3, And then we have the replaced 4, which is the one that has the hair and the eyeball things. And I believe she controls the castle as well. But I could be wrong there. So my guess is what the plan is here is to divide them and depending on their power level, have them fight whatever upper moon accordingly. That's my best guess. I am not sure who is going to go where. Tanjiro might be facing number 1 because I know he really wants Muzan really wants him dead, so that would make sense. Get the strongest one against him, kill him, take him out. I don't know if it's going to be 1v1v1 type of deal, and the other Hashiras are just going to be left. What he determined to be the weaker ones, I should say, are going to be left fighting just the underlings, if you will, all the weaker demons. But that's my best guess, is that to use that plan to divide them up, to weaken them, because, attacking, what do we got, 8 or 9 Hashira, and then a Tanjiro as well, all together. Bad idea. 1v1 versus 8 or 9. I'm trying to remember how many there are. I think it's 8 or 9. But dividing them up, they are weaker by themselves than an individual. I mean, we've never seen Tanjiro actually defeat a higher up by himself. He didn't defeat upper rank 6 by himself, and he did not defeat upper rank 4 by himself. He had a lot of help along the way. And if he didn't have that help, he probably would be dead, in all honesty. But I think that's where we're going to leave it. So thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, share, comment, all that fun stuff. Comment what you want me to do for future videos, because now it's going to be down to 1 video a week at the moment until something else pops up. But we'll see. I'm also practicing guitar a lot, so that might be better for me. Anyway, in terms of my schedule, trying to practice for a band to play a gig. If you're interested in any guitar stuff, go check out my guitar channel. I will leave you with that. Thank you one last time, and as always, have a good one.